A girl crashed her car on a rural road in 2004. A passerby offered to help her, but she refused, saying she had already called for assistance. But she never actually made any calls. And when the police arrived, she was gone. Her car was unlocked, and her cards and phone were missing, but all her other belongings were left behind. A massive search ensued, but no trace of her was ever found. Theories about her disappearance range from foul play to voluntary disappearance, but none have been proven, and to this day, her case remains unsolved. If you stick your hand in extremely hot water, if you shoot a gun straight up into the air, pouring gunpowder down the barrel is the first step to loading an old rifle. Next, you place a lead ball wrapped in a lubricated cloth down the barrel, sitting it on top of the powder. Using a thin rod, you push the roof of a plane suddenly ripped off mid-flight, exposing passengers to the open sky in 1988. This happened because the metal was fatigued and tore away when the plane was at cruising altitude. The explosive decompression caused debris and one flight attendant to be swept away. The pilot immediately changed course to the nearest airport and executed an emergency landing, saving all but one passenger. A man fired a revolver at an armadillo in 2015. But armadillo skin is tough because it contains a layer of bony plates. These plates create a hard protective shell that shields the animal. Because of this, the bullet actually ricocheted off and headed back towards the man. It ended up hitting him right in the jaw, causing significant injury. He was rushed to the hospital where he underwent surgery to repair the damage. When you overeat, your stomach has to stretch to accommodate the extra food. And if the expansion is rapid and extreme, the pressure inside it increases significantly. If you keep eating more and more, like an unnatural amount of food, the pressure could become too great, and there's a small chance it could actually cause the stomach wall to tear open. This rupture leads to the contents of your stomach spilling into the abdominal cavity, which can cause severe pain and infection. A meter-long metal rod impaled a man's head during a car accident in 2018. Now, the rod pierced through his skull, entering just above his eye and exiting through the side of his head. And miraculously, it missed vital areas of the brain and major blood vessels, sparing his life. The operation was delicate and lasted several hours, but they successfully removed the rod without further damage, and the man ended up living. If you shoot at a reinforced car door, the outer metal layer absorbs the energy from the initial impact, which slows down the bullet. And this is because engineers actually begin to reinforce the car by stripping it down to its frame. Then they add layers of hardened steel to the body, creating a tough barrier that resists bullet penetration. Now, if the bullet does happen to get through, the doors are filled with ballistic fiberglass that catches and slows them down. A woman collapsed in freezing weather while walking to find help after crashing her car. She was just 15 feet away from a house, but no one knew she was there. She was found 6 hours later, completely frozen. Her skin was so hard, it couldn't be pierced with a needle. And her body temperature was so low, it didn't even register on a thermometer. Doctors assumed she was dead, but they slowly warmed her with heating pads. And amazingly, she woke up and made a full recovery with no long-term damage. If you shower during a storm, if you chip a piece off of your tooth, a dentist might shave down the surrounding area. Then a bonding material that matches your tooth color is applied and shaped to match the original appearance. Once the shape is near perfect, a special light hardens the material, making it as durable as the tooth. Finally, the dentist polishes the tooth to blend it seamlessly with the others.